The Nintendo Switch 2 is losing the battle against PC handhelds despite its record-breaking sales, all because of a single, incurable weakness. While the community continues celebrating the launch, months of long-term testing reveal a brutal reality. Anyone spending $500 gets a portable gaming system whose battery dies after exactly 2 hours and 22 minutes when playing demanding AAA titles. That's more than 50% worse battery life than the old Switch OLED. In this video, we're uncovering the 3 brutal reasons why Valve and Asus continue to dominate despite Nintendo Switch 2's success. You'll learn why the heavily advertised 120Hz display is practically worthless in everyday use, how a hidden accessory trend within the community is sabotaging the handheld concept, and why the console's exterior finish could become a ticking time bomb. But here's the bizarre contradiction. While PC gamers love the raw power of their ROG Ally devices, hundreds are currently selling their handheld PCs to buy a Switch 2 instead. And it all comes down to one invisible system feature that makes PC handhelds feel almost unplayable by comparison. That feature is pure convenience. If you only have less than 30 minutes to play, many people won't even bother turning on their ROG Ally. Instead, they're greeted by Windows updates, driver issues, and general maintenance headaches. Don't get me wrong, it's still one of the best devices on the market, but the Switch 2 is always ready to play instantly anytime. However, this is exactly where the first brutal issue appears. The game library is still lagging behind, something everyone already knows. Developers must manually patch support for the 120Hz display and variable refresh rate on a game-by-game basis. Without those updates, even the best screen becomes meaningless. Games like Cyberpunk 2077 and Hades 2 run more smoothly than expected, but true next-generation performance remains an empty promise until developers fully optimize their titles. The second reason involves hidden hardware limitations. The moment the Switch 2 is docked and connected to a TV, it dramatically increases power delivery to the APU, raises the rendering resolution, and enables improved graphical settings. This reveals an uncomfortable truth. The console is essentially a home gaming system disguised as a handheld. Mobile players are paying for performance they never actually experience on the go. On top of that, the ergonomics remain questionable. While the Joy-Cons have been slightly enlarged, large parts of the community still feel forced to switch to the Pro Controller or bulky third-party alternatives. As a result, the handheld concept starts to undermine itself. Or are you one of the few players who can comfortably game without a Pro Controller? The third and most concerning issue is long-term durability. Numerous community reports have raised concerns about the console's soft-touch exterior finish, which may become sticky after extended use. To work around this problem and the disappointing battery life, many players are turning to heavy 60-watt power banks and portable accessories like the VeloLink dongle. In other words, we're right back to carrying a backpack full of accessories. If you don't want to miss future hardware pitfalls, software patches, and important updates that could affect your third-party controllers, subscribe to the channel right now. The risk of being locked out by a future firmware update is growing every day. 6 months later, this battle isn't being decided by performance. It's being decided by convenience versus freedom. The Switch 2 delivers the most frictionless gaming experience available, but it keeps you tied to a power outlet. So the real question is this: is Nintendo's seamless ecosystem strong enough to justify these hardware compromises in your everyday life? Or will the Steam Deck ultimately remain the true king of handheld gaming? What's your opinion on all of this? Which device would you choose? Let me know in the comments below and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this.